Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their third-year quarterback.
And he more than did his part in the wild card win with 3 touchdown passes. Now, he's going to get a bigger test here in round 2, but his unit is in rhythm, and they're playing as well as they have all year long. I wouldn't be surprised if this defense, though, tried to get after him early with a little extra pressure. If he can handle that, he can have another big game, though.
Looking to throw McCarthy. Going back to the same well, it's Hockenson again. And Hockenson going to have the Vikings first down as he'll get this up to the 39. A run now for the young man from Colorado to about the 40-yard line.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's 3rd and 4 now.
To the air with McCarthy. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Vikings first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you used the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Packers pick it up. Look at the big man rumble. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
A 6'4" Jordan Love taking the field for the first time. The 2020 first-round pick from Utah State set to lead Green Bay.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up, so he could use the rest. And I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one. Because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Love from the gun.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
The kick by McManus is good.
And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead.
So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And a good return, but he pays the price at the end of it as he's picked up and thrown down.
The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round, on the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? Well, they're on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now, and they can't change it. The season dictated what would happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for the first round for the playoffs. They're on the road again, and sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the idea of going on the road and shocking the world, But just, hey, it's just us. We don't have to worry about outside distractions. It's just us. Let's go play.
Becomes that us against the world mentality, doesn't it?
And while it may be overplayed, in the media, it's real when it comes time to play ball.
Throwing is McCarthy.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on third down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
He'll take this to the 46.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the big man, get the oxygen tank ready.
Through the middle of the field.
And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. And how about the big boy showing off the wheels?
Let's face it. Anybody who watches a game, even if it goes against your team, when there's a big man with the football, everyone locks in.
All eyes.
Everyone locks in, and the rumbling, you can feel it all the way to the upper reaches of the stands.
The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. And they are in an absolutely golden spot. It's first and goal following the fumble return.
They got the fumble recovery. Now here's Love to pass. That's caught at the 1. That's good for a gain of 6. Second and goal.
Simple drag route here. Lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in.
And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown.
Josh Jacobs taking it in from a yard out. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Ah, what a luxury it is to be able to call a bowling ball like Josh Jacobs down near the goal line. 5'10", 220 pounds, and he's not afraid to get in there and get the tough yards. He finishes off this drive with a touchdown run.
McManus's point after is good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Minnesota now ready for their next possession.
And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
2nd and 7. On play action, McCarthy.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
Third down, here's Mason.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Not at all what they envisioned on third down. 3 yards in the wrong direction.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it first and 10. Off the play fake, Love. That's complete. He finds Jaden Reed. He's still on his feet. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Jaden Reed, 74 yards. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes our score 17-0. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6. And able to get this out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down. 17-0 our score after 1. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. They'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball, because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. Following the interception, Love. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
They'll run right here with Jacobs. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big 3rd down play, and they did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
The kick by McManus is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Dancing away at the 35. And this will be a Vikings first down as the tackle made at about the 38.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 3rd and 2. Here's McCarthy. That is caught. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 44-yard line. Here's a give up the middle. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Throw to the right, hauled in by Addison. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. McCarthy off the play fake. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. To pass, here's Jordan Love. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Here's Love. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. 2nd down and a yard. Love now.
His throw caught at about the 5.
And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
Tucker Kraft.
A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Packers continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. We're down in this part of the field, CD. They'd love to get him the football, and right there, a little pitch and catch for the score.
Yeah, and he's such a weapon when it's that close to the end zone, and they love being able to rely on him to make those kind of catches. Talk about trust, talk about confidence, and he produces.
McManus's point after is good, and a rout is on here in this first half. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Vikings head out to take over once again.
They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10.
Working out of the gun is McCarthy. This one brought in by Jefferson.
Just a gain of a couple there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
From the shotgun, McCarthy.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Now McCarthy. Complete, it's Dodson.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Going right back to Dodson.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 12 more yards for him there. It's a 1st down.
Throwing again, McCarthy.
Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
2nd down and 6 now. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. Operating from the gun, McCarthy.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As well,
a look around the NFL, we'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the 3rd quarter.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Packer offense ready to go to begin this 3rd quarter.
And they have made this look easy. I mean, there's not supposed to be anything easy about the NFL playoffs, but this lead, yes, they're at home, but this has been impressive.
And we hear all the time when upsets happen, teams go on the road, that maybe home field advantage isn't all it's cracked up to be. But you and I both know the reality is teams really fight hard to get it. Why? You don't ever have to change routine. Everything's familiar going into the game. It makes things easier, and that has paid off for them in a big way in this contest.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Reed. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
Love looking to throw it.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. Now Love. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Reed. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 11 yards for number 11. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Counter play with Jacobs. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Love. Able to find his man, Kraft. That'll give him 8 that time, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Throwing. Love. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Packers first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
Let's go now.
Love. They go play action now. Sliding out of the pocket. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw now. Here's Love. And, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
And that could have been the lifeline they needed. This is a play that could have been made. Instead, it's just going to fall incomplete.
And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. And the lead will hold at 3 touchdowns. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Looking to throw McCarthy. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down. Throwing is McCarthy. Addison hauls it in. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
To the air with McCarthy. Complete. Jefferson the target. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun. McCarthy able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 24-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives them a new set of downs.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots. trying to get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's second down.
A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. And if you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice gain.
Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hawkinson. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down.
And here he'll get it down to the 7.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for first. Here's McCarthy.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Looking to throw. McCarthy.
There's Hawkinson in the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings.
4 yards on the touchdown grab.
And the Vikings are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third.
That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Packers offense and quarterback Jordan Love heading back out onto the field. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
Second down, Jacobs once more.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line.
3rd and 9 here.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
Operating from the gun.
Love. He's got his target. That's complete.
He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3.
Back now at Lambeau. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the 4th quarter.
Firing quickly out wide is Love.
He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
It's a gain of 16 and a 1st down for the green and gold.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7.
Now 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Off the play fake, Love. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 30. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. On play action. Love to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
But they're certainly not shied away from throwing the football as they've leaned on their quarterback to start this game. 4 straight passes right out of the gate, with that last one earning them a new set of downs.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 1. Here's Love. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And the Vikings are right back in this football game. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here because they were sharp in moving it down the field. But sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given. And it doesn't always work out that way as we saw there.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Now they try the right side here. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. That is caught. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Give him 6 yards in the first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. They'll go for a gain of 7 at its 2nd down. Now McCarthy. Dancing to his left. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Operating from the gun, McCarthy. This one brought in by Jefferson. And Jefferson's going to have the Vikings first down as he'll get this down to the 36. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Another one on this play for Justin Jefferson. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. They come up now on 2nd and 2. That's going to be caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, 28 yards. And the Vikings have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. McCarthy going to look to throw for it. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. Jacobs going to try the middle. And he has a Packer first down, and that should be the one that finishes the script. And they'll indeed take a knee. 2nd and 11. Here's Jacobs from the gun.
And down inside the 35 he goes to the 32-yard line.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 2.
They go down to a knee, and with that, they're off to the NFC title game.
So with that knee, they take care of business in the divisional round. They'll be back here at home next weekend. One more hurdle to get to the big show.
The good feelings, they just keep coming. They get to ride that wave for at least one more week because they have their big prize in their eyes, and that's getting into the Super Bowl. But they have to win next week after winning this one.
Well, on both sides, you come into this game with so much hope, so much build-up, looking to move on. One side gets to do that, but let's not forget the others. Tough pill to swallow.
It really is because it's so